Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the session on Terraform. My name is Aditya, and I am a cloud native specialist with extensive experience in IT automation and cloud technologies. Today, we will explore a powerful tool that allows us to manage infrastructure as code, making infrastructure provisioning and management much easier and more efficient. So here is the agenda. First, we will provide an introduction to Terraform. Next, we'll discuss its key features and benefits. We'll then explore how Terraform works. We'll cover the core concepts of Terraform. We'll take a look at Terraform providers. We'll discuss how to write Terraform configuration. Also, we'll explain managing Terraform states. We'll go through deployment and execution workflows. We will highlight some best practices. Finally, we will wrap up with a Q&A session where you can ask me questions you might have. So what is Terraform? So by definition, Terraform is an open source infrastructure as code tool created by HashiCorp, and it allows users to define and provision data center infrastructure using a high-level configuration language. Then the key benefit of using Terraform is that it provides a consistent workflow for managing complex infrastructure, reducing manual efforts and potential errors. And the importance in a today's fast-paced IT landscape, managing infrastructure efficiently is crucial for keeping up with business demands and ensuring high level of productivity. Then the key benefits and features. First one, declarative configuration. Terraform allows you to define what your infrastructure should look like without having to worry about the specific steps to achieve it. It simplifies the process and reduces complexity. Version control. Just like application code, infrastructure configuration can be versioned and managed using version control systems, ensuring consistency and traceability. Reusable modules. Terraform supports the creation of reusable modules which can be shared across projects, teams, promoting best practices and reducing duplication. Next is state management. Terraform maintains a state file that keeps track of real-world resources, ensuring that your infrastructure remains consistent with your configuration. And lastly, extensibility. Terraform supports a wide range of cloud providers and services, making it versatile and adaptable to various infrastructure needs. Then how Terraform works. So Terraform works with configuration files, execution plan, applying changes, as well as the state file. Terraform configuration files are written in HashiCorp configuration language, that is HCL or JSON. These files define this desired state of your infrastructure. Next is execution plan. Terraform generates an execution plan that outlines the steps needed to reach the desired state. This plan shows what actions Terraform will take. The next, applying changes. Terraform applies the changes described in the execution plan, creating, updating, and deleting resources as needed to achieve the desired state. Then next, state file. Terraform maintains a state file that records the current state of the infrastructure, ensuring that subsequent changes are applied correctly. Core concepts behind Terraform. So providers, resources, modules, variables, and outputs. What are providers? Providers are plugins that allow Terraform to interact with APIs of different public cloud providers as well as other services. They are responsible for managing your resources. Then secondly, resources. Resources are the components of your infrastructure such as virtual machines, storage accounts, and networking components, containers. etc. Modules. Modules are containers for multiple resources that are used together. They help organize and reuse code. Next is variables. Variables are input parameters for Terraform configurations, allowing you to customize your infrastructure without changing the code. And lastly, outputs. Outputs are used to extract data from your configurations, which can be used by other configurations or tools. Then we'll discuss about Terraform providers. Terraform providers are essential to Terraform's functionality as they allow it to manage various services and infrastructure. Example of providers include AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Kubernetes, and many more. Each provider enables Terraform to interact with respective services API. Customization. You can write your own providers to extend Terraform's functionality, making it possible to manage virtually any service or infrastructure components. Then how we can write Terraform configuration? Terraform configuration file typically have a .tf extension and are written in HCL, as I have told earlier. Basic syntax, here is an example of defining a resource. For instance, creating an AWS EC2 instance. So what we have to write, resource AWS instance, example AMI equals to AMI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, instance type t2.macro. So t2.macro is an machine type which AWS uses. Then modules. Creating and using modules for better organization is a best practice. So you might define and use a module like the module starts with the module keyword. You can define a module like, let's say I want to have a VPC. So source would be ./module/VPC. Then we have to provide a CIDR block. And variables and outputs. We have to define variables to make your configuration flexible and outputs to extract useful data. Like if I have to define a variable, I have to start with the variable keyword. Then let's say the variable is instance underscore type. Default would be t2.micro and output would be let's say instance ID value would be AWS underscore instance dot example dot ID. Then managing Terraform states. State file, how to manage your state file and manage the state. So state file is critical to Terraform's operation as it stores information about the resource it manages. State management, you can store the state file locally or remotely. Remote state storage options include AWS S3, Terraform Cloud, and others. Terraform backend. Configuring backends to store state remotely is recommended for collaboration in team environments. State locking. It prevents concurrent operation on the same state. Terraform supports state locking, ensuring consistency and avoiding conflicts. Then deployment execution, how the workflow gets executed and what are the typical commands. So workflow has these commands like init initializes the working directory containing Terraform configuration files. Then Terraform plan, it creates an execution plan showing what action Terraform will take. Then Terraform apply, this applies the changes required to reach the desired state. And Terraform destroy, it removes all resources defined in the configuration. And there are different commands, as I have told. It includes Terraform init, Terraform plan, Terraform apply, Terraform destroy. Automation: integrating Terraform with CI/CD pipelines can automate infrastructure provisioning and management, ensuring consistency and reducing manual efforts. And lastly, error handling. Debugging and resolving common issues involves checking logs, validating configurations, and consulting documentation. What are the best practices? Code organization in Terraform. So use modules to organize your code, making it reusable and maintainable. We can share it with other teams. Version control: keep Terraform configurations in version control system like Git, ensuring traceability and collaboration. State management: use remote state storage and state locking to manage state effectively and securely. Then security: manage sensitive data securely using environment variables, secret management tools, or encrypted storage. So password, then keys, etc. you should store in a secret or secure layer. Lastly, documentation: you should document your infrastructure and Terraform configurations to ensure that team members understand the steps and can make informed changes. So now, thank you for your attention. Let's open the floor for any questions you might have about Terraform. Feel free to ask anything about Terraform, its features, usage, best practices, any other related topic. And that's all. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on my email ID, my mobile number, and this https cloudnativejourney.in is my personal website where I write blogs, and you can also connect to me over LinkedIn. Thank you.